Hey golfers, I'm Drew Mahowald of Second Swing Golf here at Second Swing at Minnetonka, joined by Kevin Kraft, master club fitter at our Columbia store. He's in the Twin Cities now. We have a fun one today. We got irons from Callaway. Paradym Ai Smoke is in Kevin's hand right now, and in my hand is Callaway Elyte. So 2024, sort of flagship game improvement iron versus 2025. Just as a disclaimer, the video might look and feel slightly different because we're in a different location in the store, under construction right now in our content bay. You also might hear some construction sound in the background, but we're gonna power through it, and we trust that it'll be all okay. So
it'll be okay.
Kevin, now
Yeah.
you fit Paradym Ai Smoke all of last year.
Yep.
I think maybe you've done even a little bit now with Elyte.
Yes.
So what did you see out of AI Smoke? What are you initial early impressions too on Elyte?
So a number of things changed with AI Smoke. We have a little more compact flagship now.
Yeah.
I guess actually technically it changed with Paradym.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, right.
They did change the shape when they came into
The smoke.
The smoke. You know, this is a game improvement-ish golf club. You know, size-wise, it's a little more compact profile, kind of pushing up against the player distance category, right? They have the HL version, which is a little bit bigger, a little less or a little more loft, so it launches a little higher. We're going to test the flagships today. So over the last year or so, it's been a very fast iron. Been a little troublesome in terms of spin and height.
Okay.
Right. If I've got,
I've heard similar from other fitters.
yeah, it's one of those where if you hit the ball really high, okay, no issues. But
or if you generate spin already.
yes,
You know, this club, I guess.
a high spinning individual
Yeah.
could play this. The problem is if you get somebody that's got slower swing speed and they want distance, they can get distance out of this, but can we hit the kind of parameters that we really need? You know, that spin, height, landing angle triumvirate, which is our control dynamic, suffered a little bit through these. So I'm expecting to see a pretty big difference between AI Smoke and Elyte.
Okay, and we'll be watching that spin number here. So
yeah,
before we get started, we talked about this off camera, but the adapters are different as well. So what do we find for a shaft?
So I got Modus 105s.
Yep.
It's a good feeling, kind of light.
Oh, it's a
midweight
popular
shaft.
one too. I think a lot of players get fit into it. So.
Oh yeah. It's a good one. It's a really good one.
All right, we're starting with Paradym Ai Smoke. We'll do as we usually do, get call it 5-6 good shots with each one, and we'll see what the data tells us.
Okay.
Now I know you hit this probably a lot farther than your typical 7-iron.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. 182 carry off the bat.
You're also going to see, I find with irons, I maybe have a little more right to left dispersion. For some reason.
So, are you saying because off the tee you've had that pretty consistent draw? Because it just doesn't quite turn over as and consistently or as frequently?
It's actually something I've been fighting for a while now, where I'm set up to hit a little draw and it just kind of hangs out there.
Well, and especially with these types of clubs, the ball just isn't designed to turn either.
Well, there is that too.
So yeah.
Oh, I won't beat myself up too bad yet. Now that was a little thin, so that'll probably spin. Yep, there it is.
There it is. Ooh, wow.
There we go.
Was that a slightly behind the ball or no? Just asking because of that spin number.
Teeniest bit, probably, yeah.
Okay.
That one was pretty clean.
Any comments on the feel of this? We talked about look a little bit already,
Yeah.
shape and stuff. I mean, where does it stack up in terms of this category, I guess?
Actually, it feels pretty good. Sounds on a little on the higher pitch side.
Yeah, I can hear that.
But from a feel standpoint, it feels fast.
Yeah.
Right. Which I think is what they were after.
You'd probably be correct about that.
Yeah.
Well, you're the
Pummeling the right side this morning.
the shot shape or the tracer is basically the same every single swing.
Yeah, and it's not great. That one should be better.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a good number of shots up there. We got 6.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's actually get one more. Let's get one more.
Okay. Well, I sort of had one more in me. That one was poor.
Was poor?
That was poor.
Okay. Well. All right. Well, let's look at the shots here. Do you have? Ooh. Okay. This is funny. Look at that. This is kind of what we thought it was, huh? A lot of the same shots over here.
Yeah.
I'm going to go based on smash factor here and remove a 139 and a 136. And I'm going to go these 5 shots.
Okay.
So here's our data. 43, 44 spin. And again, this set of swings, not super consistent with it. 183 carry, 194.7 total. What jumps out at you that I didn't mention?
I mean, spin rate's definitely on the low side. Balls that are hung out to the right, for me, are going to spin more.
Yeah, which is the case for everybody.
Yeah, see the ball turn over, I expect that spin rate to drop a little bit, which is, that one might have been just slightly behind. Can you throw one more dynamic in here for me? Can you go down here and put in the landing angle?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
As long as I know where it is.
It's only the most important dynamic, so we should have it.
Yes,
there. Yeah.
fair enough.
Okay, so.
Got it right here, and then I'll bring up the table. So.
Okay.
So 47.2.
Landing angle overall 47.2, not terrible. I mean, it hits.
I know it's 45 is kind of the number you're looking for.
Minimum 45.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not the number I'm looking for, but it's the minimum number I'm looking for, if possible, right? But when we're at that angle with 4,300 RPM, the stopping power is not as good as I would like it to be, especially for somebody that is swinging 85 miles an hour, hits it reasonably hard.
Yeah.
We want to make sure we're getting really good stopping power.
Yeah, I think, and especially to your point about the ball flight and the trajectory, if your shots were to turn over there and because balls that are hung out to the right, shots that are hung out to the right will fly a little higher and spin a little more. So, that's probably on the higher side of the spin range for you that you would get, if you were to hit, say, 20 more shots.
Exactly. And
you would maybe start to turn that ball over a little bit more effectively to your liking.
Yeah.
That spin would go down even further. Yeah. So, as I guess the point I make. So,
I
think what you're claiming about the low spin potentially, I think you kind of see that play out here. And again, we need to clarify, a player that does generate a lot of spin or maybe cuts across the ball a lot or whatever might be the case. Yeah. This is a really, really good iron for that player.
Yes, 100%. Absolutely.
We even saw the forgiveness on some of these shots where you didn't maybe hit it perfectly or it still flew out there really nicely. So, but
I'm not normally a 1-4-3 guy with an iron.
Right. I mean, it's fast, as you said.
It is fast,
So, all right. With that said, though, you've got Elite.
Okay.
Let's see how elite the Elite is.
Okay. It's very chromy.
Yeah, I personally love how they updated the look.
I've had a number of people look at it and go, "Oh, wow, that's like shiny."
Yeah.
And I think it looks awesome. Mm-hmm. So Callaway over the last few generations has gone away from that big, chunky top line that they always used for their game improvement irons. You look back at the 1996 Big Berthas. I mean, it was like
huge,
this wide, right? This is so much more refined than what they've had over the years. Yeah. It's been a nice progression.
And it just looks like a premium iron. There's a premium look to it, I think, that maybe the past few generations of this category didn't have.
I think this shape was the shape they were kind of trying to go with when they got that one out, and then they figured it out with this one because I do not like the shape of the AI Smokes.
Well,
It just does not fit my eye.
I wonder
This, however,
yeah.
this looks good. It's a nice looking iron. Callaway's always been one of the companies that had a shape that I really, really liked. You know, all the Apex irons just look really, really good.
Yep.
This looks, it's not all the way back to that same look, but it's really good.
Yeah.
And like the badging, everything about this looks like a really good premium iron.
Yeah, I agree.
A little thin.
A little thin to start. Okay.
Yep. A little thin, same direction. Goodness, can I turn a ball over?
All right. How'd that one feel?
Good.
It did.
Yep.
Interesting on the spin there. It was very similar, I think, to the last one. Okay. A little bit low, maybe. Well,
I'm getting closer.
and so far with this club, now again, I think a couple that you haven't hit perfect, over 5,000 spin with each shot
Yeah.
so far.
And that's what I've been seeing in the bays as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That one should be a little better.
Okay.
Okay. So there's one that's starting to turn over a little bit.
Still near 5,000 spin.
And we're
though.
at 4,800.
Yep.
That's not so bad.
This is so far, again, a few more shots to hit here yet,
Yeah.
but the big jump in spin.
Now, I might have caught just the tiniest bit behind that one.
Okay.
Yep.
Which
there's
you had one with the
Yep.
Paradym Ai Smoke, and that spin went down near 3,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
That good? You want one
See
more?
what we got here.
Okay.
First, I'm going to tag what I need to tag. All right, so we've got some numbers here.
Okay.
And, since I did do best 5 of AI Smoke, let's consider doing best 5 here.
Okay.
We'll go like that.
Okay.
And probably one of these two, probably.
Uh,
Technically, this one probably is the other one.
If you're 5 on 5,
yeah, we got 5. We
that's
got 5.
5.
We're perfect.
Yep.
So, 5 with the Elite, 5 with
Mm-hmm.
the AI Smoke. Let's go dispersion first. We see some differences there already. Your swing didn't change much.
No, I mean, direction's basically the same.
Yeah, you're kind of
Yep.
having that ball that starts right, and I know
It's
you
kinda
want
hanging.
to see it draw right or draw back left, but it just kind of stays over there. But nonetheless, that group got a little smaller with Elite, or that oval did. And then if we bring up the numbers, we can really dive in here. You swung Elite slightly faster.
Okay.
Actually lost a little bit of ball speed, which is interesting. But I think the quality of the golf shot is, I think, what you're going to talk about here, because I think irons now are they're hot,
Yeah.
and they hit the ball far. There's no question about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the consensus in talking with fitters like yourself is just that there's a point now where irons, you got to get some of that control back, and hitting golf shots, not just chasing pure distance.
Yep.
And I think Callaway, seemingly in this test, and I think what I've heard from other feedback, is that Elite seems to kind of maybe go back to the other side, towards the other end of the spectrum there.
It's done exactly what I would have wanted their next generation iron to do. Okay, so I lost a little bit of ball speed.
Yeah.
Still pretty efficient at 140. Technically, really plenty of ball speed. 177 yards of carry is pretty decent. I don't need to hit a 7-iron 190 yards.
Right.
That's not actually going to help me a whole lot. But we're talking 550 more RPM of spin and more consistent spin.
Yep.
Yes, we lost 6.5 yards of carry. Honestly, in order to get another 2 degrees of landing angle with another 550 RPM of spin, that's a conversation that should happen. That's what we want out of these irons.
Yeah, because I mean, looking at the swing information, nothing is drastically different here.
No.
Attack angle is fractionally different. Path and face angle, within 1, I guess, degree average. But I think the answer to any question here is just like, which oval would you want? There's one up there that's maybe on average farther down range, but the oval is a little larger.
Yeah.
Or the Elite, the white oval there is definitely tighter packed and was more consistent for you.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the conversation I know that you have. And again, there's a lot of players that are chasing just distance, and they might not have the issues with the spin that we talked about.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I think we see a pretty good
Yeah.
difference here.
I'm glad it did exactly what I thought it was going to do in here.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is what I've been seeing.
Yeah.
It's just so much better in its overall performance. So now they've got a golf club that I can put a whole lot more people into.
Yep.
And it looks good, it feels good,
Yep.
sounds good, and it goes good.
And it's not to mention even the other models in the Elite series.
Right, yeah, we've got some variances there too. So,
a
if
lot
you
of
need to hit it
options.
higher, we can go into the HL.
Right.
Right? So
Yeah, a lot of options.
Yep.
Elite looks like a winner for Callaway in 2025. So
totally agree.
Go get fit golfers. Get someone like Kevin or any one of our master fitters. Get dialed in with a new set this year. Callaway Elite looks pretty good, feels pretty good, performs pretty good as well.
Really good.
So thank you, Kevin, for testing
Certainly.
today.
Anytime.